Hello, my name is Miguel Mata, and this is the This Way Out podcast, a component of the This Way Out project. This podcast is my attempt to address a few topics that can be especially challenging for some, but hopefully in a way that speaks to the humanity in each of us. It's my attempt at being a source for positive messages in a time where such messages can be hard to find. Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, March 26, 2020. How is everyone in the podcast listening world? Hopefully this podcast finds you in good spirits and in good health. I hope that your thoughts are positive and your heart is full. Fuller than these grocery stores, at least. My goodness. I hate to be kind of negative out the gate here, but I feel it necessary to vent just a tiny bit about some of the things I've witnessed firsthand in our grocery stores. I've seen empty shelves, acts of frustration, and public displays of anger that are just outright childish. Pretty sad. I worry about what this says about our sense of community, people. About what this says about our ability or desire to help those who can't help themselves. Are the times really that serious that we have to behave like childish adolescents in public? I don't know. People of the podcast world and all within earshot, this is not the time to separate into our individual groups. This is the time to come together. There are those out there in the world who can't do for themselves that need all the help they can get. Yet, at least at the time of this recording, what appears to be happening is that individuals are only concerned about themselves. I get it. I get it. I understand. This bug thing is unpredictable and it's scary. But we are still far from Armageddon here, I think. Did you have to buy up all the mayonnaise? I mean, is that stuff even going to be good for any long period of time? I don't know. And I know the tone of the podcast already is a little dreary, and for that I apologize. I'll do my best to start turning it around right here, okay? My guess is that with regard to the grocery store situation, it's got to get better. No. It will get better. In the meantime, let me ask this of you, my awesome listeners. Look around your communities and see if there is some way you can help someone who needs the help. The elderly, the families with members who have special needs, or maybe someone who could use some transportation or financial support. Seek these people out if you can and help out where you can. Of course, you got to be mindful of the space, right? You got to be mindful of physical space, physical contact, the hand washing, and all that stuff. But don't let those things deter you from helping out in your community. Let's do our best, if we can, to ensure every one of us has a chance to make it through these distressing times. Okay, right? Let's make sure that we all have a chance to get through. It's been proven time and again in society that fear can bring us to do some irrational and outlandish things to others. But for us, right now, it's not that time. It's not the time for that. Before this pandemic, it had been proven time and again just how divided we can be on so many fronts about so many issues and topics. But for us, right now, there's no time for that division. Right now, it's time for unity. Right now, it's time for community. One way a community is defined is that of a group sharing common characteristics or interests, right? Thank you, Internet. Well, as a group of human people sharing the interest and desire of getting through the current pandemic, shouldn't we at least try to ensure that each of us are doing our part to be responsible and taking and acquiring only what we need for the sake of those who might need the extra help? only take what you need, please. I realize that for some this may be totally a foreign concept, but I don't think it's an unreasonable one. Let me make this last request if I could. And I will, because it's my podcast. But if you're one of those people who were scared at first and stockpiled things like toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and meats, reach out to your neighborhood and see who you might be able to share a little bit of those supplies with. You don't have to give it all away. I'm certain you don't have to give it all away. But I'm also certain that there's someone within close vicinity of where you live who is short some of those items and who would greatly appreciate the consideration. Once again, I realize that what I'm asking people to do here by sharing their abundance might be tough to digest and could also be somewhat unthinkable. But I also believe that it's not an entirely absurd request. Okay, I apologize for the tone of this episode teetering on the slightly negative. I got upset by what I saw firsthand, by what I witnessed in the grocery store, and I guess I'm still holding on to a little bit of the frustration. Despite of all of what I said, I continue to have faith in all of us in the greater scheme of things. I know that although the world may seem like it's falling apart, the truth is that it's not. And there are tons and tons of people doing great and amazing things for lots of people in need. Reach out, good people, and make sure there's not someone in your neighborhood, though, who needs help. Okay? Alright, folks. I'll do my best to pep up the next episode, I promise, and not make it so dreary. I do wish you guys the absolute best, and I hope that all of you are doing well in your respective corners of the world. Keep doing great things out there, and as always, I'm extremely proud of you. Until next time, though, listeners, talk to you again on Monday. This has been the This Way Out podcast, a part of the This Way Out project. If you enjoyed this episode and you want to hear future episodes, please subscribe. If you would like to get in touch with me to recommend future topics, provide feedback, or for any other reason, you can comment on the episode or send me an email at thiswoe.light@gmail.com. That's thiswoe.light@gmail.com. If you're interested in the other aspects of the This Way Out project, be sure to visit my website at thiswoe-light.com.